You didn't find this by accident. You didn't just stumble here. You were led. Something, call it fate, call it God, call it whatever name makes you feel safe. But something wanted you here. Right now. At this exact moment. And you feel it, don't you? That creeping sensation like fingers brushing the back of your neck. That voice in the back of your skull whispering, stay. Because you know deep down that if you click away now, you'll never know what was waiting for you at the end. And worse, you'll never know what happens next. And when it does, it will be your fault, your choice, your mistake. Because this message, it wasn't meant for everyone. It was meant for you. And now that you've started watching, there's only one way out, through the end. Any other path has consequences. You're still here. Good. That means you're one of the few who listens, one of the few who survives. But we're just beginning. And what comes next will change everything. Do you know what happens to the ones who leave too soon? They forget. But the message remembers them. Everything will be fine. That's why you're here, isn't it? You want to believe that. You need to. Because the world outside this screen is loud, isn't it? Chaotic. Unfair. A place where things don't make sense, where people hurt and vanish and no one ever really knows why. But here there is order. Here there are answers. If you listen, if you obey. This is a test. And you've already passed the first part, you're still watching. That means you're stronger than the others. Smarter. But the next part is where things change. Where you change. You feel it, don't you? That itch in your mind. That whisper that says, this isn't right. But you can't look away. Because part of you knows, if you do, you'll miss something important. Something meant for you. Do you know what happens to people who leave before the end? They forget. But the message remembers them. And one day when they're alone in the dark, they hear it again. And this time, they can't look away. You have 3 minutes left. Not for the video, for them to find you. Look behind you. No, don't. Not yet. Because now that you've started watching, they've started watching you. This is not a metaphor. Check your locks. Check your windows. Do it now. I'll wait. You looked, didn't you? That's okay. They already knew you would. 2:47. That's how long you have to decide. Stay and see the truth, or leave and never know why you wake up at 3:33 a.m., why your skin crawls when you're alone, why you always feel watched. This is your last chance to turn back. The child's laughter that had so suddenly corrupted into something monstrous now lingers in your ears like a physical presence. You tell yourself it's just the video, just some clever sound design meant to unsettle you. But that rationalization feels hollow as the screen before you begins to warp, the edges curling inward like paper burning in slow motion. A single phrase materializes from the distortion, written in what appears to be handwriting you almost recognize. The voice returns, but different now, clinical, detached, the tone of a doctor delivering terminal news. The average person clicks away after 47 seconds. Those people, they're already gone. Not dead, worse. They're hollow. Walking through their days with this emptiness behind their eyes. They'll laugh at jokes they don't understand, kiss loved ones they no longer feel anything for, all while something else watches through the cracks in their soul. A sudden cut to black. Then, so fast it might have been your imagination, a flash of hundreds of faces, all with the same dead eyes, the same vacant smiles. When the voice continues, it's closer now, as if whispering directly into your left ear despite your headphones. But you're different. You've lasted longer than 92% of them. That's why the next part is for you alone. The screen flickers to life, showing a dimly lit hallway. At the far end, a door stands slightly ajar. As you watch, it creaks open another inch, then another. The voice drops to a murmur. They want you to see this. They want you to know they're coming. Because the door only opens when With a shriek of rusted hinges, the door bursts open and something impossibly fast, a blur of elongated limbs and too many joints, comes screaming toward the camera. The screen cuts to black just before impact, leaving only the sound of your own heartbeat pounding in your ears. When the image returns, it's to the soft glow of a single candle flickering in an otherwise dark room. The voice that speaks now sounds exhausted, human in a way it hasn't before, like someone who's been screaming for help that never came. Sorry? I didn't want to show you that. But it's too late now. They know you've seen it. The only way out is through. The candle's flame gutters violently, though there's no discernible draft. Stay until the end and I'll give you the word, the one that makes them ignore you. The one that keeps them from collecting you. A timer appears in the bottom corner of the screen, 122 remaining. It counts down in real time, each passing second marked by a soft, wet sound, like something dripping in a distant room of your home. The voice continues, softer now. Leave now? They'll see you forever. Your choice. But before you decide, the screen shifts to show a mirror. Your mirror. Somehow, impossibly, it's reflecting your own face back at you, but the eyes blink out of sync with yours. The voice whispers, look at your reflection. Blink. Did your eyes always look like that? Just for a single frame, barely long enough to register but impossible to unsee. Your reflection's mouth stretches into a grin far too wide, filled with teeth that are all wrong. Then it's gone, and you're left staring at your own terrified expression. The candle on screen extinguishes with a hiss. In the sudden darkness, something scrapes against wood, long, slow drags of claws against floorboards. The voice is barely audible now. They're in the room with you. Don't turn around. The screen pulses with a dull red light, like a dying neon sign. The voice no longer seems to be coming from the video at all. It's inside your head, merging with your own thoughts until you can't tell where your internal monologue ends and the message begins. You've won. They're gone. For now. The words echo as if shouted down a long corridor. But you must hear the last part, the reason you were chosen. The date. Write it down. A date appears exactly 6 months from today. When that day comes, you'll know what to do. And if you don't, the screen glitches violently, and for a single terrifying frame you see it, a thing of impossible angles and wet, glistening flesh before the image stabilizes. That's when the knocking starts. Not at your door, but inside your walls. From somewhere in your home, maybe the walls, maybe right behind you, 3 distinct knocks sound. The voice whispers your name. Not your screen name. Your real name. They're in the room with you. Don't turn around. The screen cuts to black. Silence stretches for 10 full seconds, long enough that you start to believe it's over. Then, normal lighting floods the screen. Birds chirp. The voice is calm now, soothing like a parent comforting a child after a nightmare. Everything will be fine. You've done so well. Sunlight streams through imaginary windows. The word is, obscure word. Say it when you're scared. They'll think you're one of them. The scene shifts to show a peaceful park at golden hour. Children laugh in the distance. Everything is normal. Say, now share this message. Or don't. But remember, the image flickers. Just for an instant, the happy scene is replaced by something else. The children aren't laughing but screaming, the sunlight is actually fire, and the trees are made of twisting, bleeding flesh. Then it's gone. They know who watched until the end. Final text appears against the renewed peaceful scene. You are now protected. For now. The video ends. But from somewhere in your house, maybe the walls, maybe right behind you, something knocks 3 times.